Are sugar cravings causing you to break your diet? In this video, I'll explain how your brain is responsible for sugar cravings and why most of us fail to break free because we have our strategy completely backwards. The good news is there's an easy fix that you can start using today to get control of your cravings. Hi, I'm Dr. Becky from drbeckyfitness.com. I'm a college instructor of the science of nutrition. Your brain has a reward center called the nucleus accumbens. We call it the reward center because it's associated with feelings of pleasure. That pleasurable feeling is generated by the release of a feel-good chemical called dopamine. So you do something you enjoy, your brain gives your nucleus accumbens a little hit of dopamine, and you feel good. And this is not just a once and done experience because this area of your brain is capable of learning and making associations. So it can identify a food that caused pleasure and remember it. Sugar is a fantastic example of this learning process, and all you have to do to appreciate that fact is watch the face of a little child the first time they taste sugar. At that moment, that little guy or girl's nucleus accumbens lights up and makes an association, right? Cake, pleasure, right? Sugar, wow. By adulthood, most of us have clearly established the link between sugar and pleasure, and the nucleus accumbens now takes on an even deeper role where it's involved in the actual pursuit of this pleasurable substance. So if you've ever beat up on yourself because you would rather stay home with a box of chocolates than go out with friends or get up off the couch and do something active, well, you now know that there is some biochemistry going on in your brain that made that pursuit of sugar more desirable than socializing or exercising, which would have taken you farther away from that sugar high. Now, of course, I'm not saying that giving into your sweet tooth is the right action to take. In fact, when we regularly give into this desire to get our sugar fix, we see things happen in the nucleus accumbens that makes our addiction to sugar even stronger. Eating sugar multiple times a day chronically stimulates this area of the brain, causing it to downregulate or become less sensitive to sugar. And what we actually see happening is that the receptors that used to be in place to pick up the dopamine go away. So now you need more sugar to get that same sugar high that you used to get. So one cookie doesn't cut it anymore, right? You need 2 cookies or 3 or the whole sleeve, right? So there are many powerful takeaways here. One being that you are not a loser, you're not weak, you're not worthless if sugar has been a problem for you. You're actually living in a body that is responding exactly how it should given the food that's coming into it. So your brain, it has to downregulate under conditions of high sugar because it's trying to protect itself. And this is a physiology of a working system, not a broken system. Of course, sugar is not good for our health, it's not good for our weight, so we do need to do some correcting here. And the good news is that you have some say in that. You can bring your body and brain back into balance. In other words, you are not doomed. You can get a handle on sugar, but I'm willing to bet that if you have been unable to break away from sugar, then the way you are going about becoming sugar-free is completely backwards. We get it backwards because we try to subtract before we add. The only way to break free from sugar is to flip that strategy around 180 degrees and add before you subtract. And let me explain what I mean. You know, typically when someone comes and joins my weight loss program, they have many failed attempts under their belts to give up sugar. And each attempt kind of goes like this. So they feel very disgusted with themselves, so they declare that they're off sugar, right? Swear it off completely, no more. So then within a few hours, their brain chemistry starts to go a bit crazy and they feel obsessed with sugar cravings. So they pull out their willpower, which will never stand up to the biochemistry of the brain. And before long, they cave in, they eat sugar, they feel like a failure, and they feel miserable. Well, what's wrong with that strategy? What's missing? The answer is that when they took sugar out of their diet, they didn't replace it with anything that would take the edge off of their hunger and cravings. You have to add before you subtract. And there are two things to add to your diet as you are subtracting sugar that will keep you in control. Those two things are healthy fats and volume. Both of these things will shut off hunger and quiet cravings. And let me say, if your sugar habit has been severe, I'm not telling you that this is some magic switch that immediately obliterates sugar cravings for the rest of your life, but those cravings will be stunted enough to give you the edge you need to resist eating sugar. And then the more days you can string together without eating sugar, the more dopamine receptors replenish in your brain, and that means you don't need sugar like you used to. If you are avoiding fatty foods like nuts and seeds and avocados and cheese because you think that they will make you fat, I would say you're barking up the wrong tree. These fatty foods satisfy hunger and quiet cravings. And the same can be said for volume. When you fill your stomach with a large salad at lunch and a big side dish of cooked vegetables at dinner, hunger signals that normally travel to your brain from receptors in the wall of your stomach are shut down because the stomach wall extends, sending your brain the message that there's plenty of food here to process. We don't need to bring any more food into this person. So sufficient fats, plenty of volume, these are two fundamentals of my weight loss program because they not only control hunger, they move your body into a fat burning state so you can lose weight. Now, I will say that allowing yourself to eat fat and eat more food when you're trying to lose weight takes some rethinking of what your meals should look like. If you don't know how to get started, you're going to feel so much more confident if you just take some time and learn my 0, 1, 2, 3 strategy. It's a great place to start. It will get you off sugar. It will get your diet some much needed volume. It's all free to watch and learn. So I hope this video has been helpful. I will link to that strategy. Go check that out and get yourself on track for a sugar-free life today. Thanks.